A truly remarkable innings from Ian Cockbain saw Gloucestershire confirm a top-place finish in their Vitality Blast group, knocking Somerset out with a 2-wicket win off the very last ball. Batting first after winning the toss in a game they had to win to stand any chance of qualification for the quarter-finals, Somerset began brightly. 14 runs came off the fourth over, and that saw the visiting side quickly up to 41 without loss. Graham Van Buren was on inside the power play, but this was not to be his time. Another expensive over, seeing Somerset reach their 50 in the fifth over. Davis looking in fine fettle. He was then removed by Josh Shaw, playing in his first Blast game this year. A comfortable catch for Higgins. Davis on his way for 31, made from just 19 balls. 54 for 1 was the score at the end of the 6 overs of power play, and Gloucestershire now began to turn the tables. Will Smead picking out Cockbain off Benny Howell in the deep. And then Tom Abel sliced a shot off Tom Smith to Jack Taylor midway through over number 11, Somerset slipping to 80 for 3. But they still had in Babar Azam, now a vital cog in the Somerset machine, which then ground to a halt when Smith defeated him in the flight to take a return catch, the Pakistani on his way for 42, the bowler ending with 2 for 25. The Gloucesters were now on top, and even more so when Miles Hammond judged a catch to perfection right on the rope as Tom Lammonby departed cheaply. 5 overs left and the score read 107 for 5. Gloucestershire will be thrilled as well to have Howell finding his form with the ball. This is only bad delivery, as his 4 overs cost just 23 runs. Somerset needed a big finish now, and Roland van der Merwe tried to provide it by clearing the rope off Van Buren. Lewis Gregory did the same off David Payne. The 18th over going for 16, the visiting team onto 141 for 5 with 12 balls to go. This shot was enormous, and it brought him to his half-century from 27 balls at the end of the final over. A wonderful knock. Payne conceding only 2 runs for the last 5 balls and completing the innings with a run-out. Somerset ending on 161 for 7. In spite of leading the central group, Gloucestershire had not won a match while chasing, so needed a confidence-boosting beginning, but instead lost Chris Dent, who sent Ollie Sale straight to Babar Azam. Cockbain swept Van der Merwe for 4 first ball, and 1 run later had become his county's leading run scorer in T20 cricket, overhauling those made by Michael Klinger. He lost Hammond at the other end as he nicked off to Josh Davey, the Gloucesters on 20 for 2 in the 4th over. And that became 27 for 3 as James Bracey tried to hit Sale over the top, only to find the very safe pair of hands at the end of Max Waller's arms. Cockbain kept going to push the total to 38 at the end of the power play, and he continued to dominate the scoring. He's had yet another terrific campaign with the bat. But he was the only batsman to trouble Somerset at this point. Higgins the next to fall, a well-struck shot flying straight to Babar Azam. Gloucestershire on 50 for 4. Cockbain held the key as his team went into the second half of their innings on 64 for 4, 98 more needed on a surface where the ball had rarely come onto the bat. It went off the middle of Van Buren's though, well enough, a massive maximum off Lewis Goldworthy, just what was needed for Gloucestershire. What Somerset needed was wickets, and Davey returned to the attack to have Van Buren caught at short third man, leaving their hosts on 80 for 5. Cockbain went to his 50 off 35 balls, and the tournament's leading 6-hitter struck his 20th maximum of the campaign right into the flats. Jack Taylor also targeted Goldsworthy, he deciding that now was the time to make a move. The 15th over cost 19 runs, leaving 54 to find from 5 overs. The momentum began to build for the home team, Cockbain quite superb as he moved to 69. That out of a score of 114 for 6 after Taylor plugged a hit off Gregory to be taken by Waller, a crucial wicket at a crucial time. It had become a one-man show for Gloucestershire, Cockbain with 6 number 21 to bring the target down to 35 off 18 balls, which then became 24 off 12 as Howell completed the 18th over with a straight 6 off Gregory. There were not enough superlatives to describe Cockbain's knock. The next ball was smashed away as he moved to within a dozen of what would be a remarkable 100. But he was out for 89, hammering Davey to Abel at long on. His runs had come off 57 deliveries. The bowler had recovered well to leave the home team needing 13 off the last over, but Howell was on strike and he hit the second ball from Sale for 4, 7 now needed from 4. Another boundary 2 balls later meant that just 3 were left to find from 2 deliveries. But Howell then mishit the penultimate delivery to Gregory, gone for 21, and it meant that 3 were wanted from the last ball, 2 to tie, which would be no good for Somerset. And incredibly, Smith hit his first ball perfectly to send Somerset out of the blast. An amazing match which the visitors will wonder how they lost. They haven't won in this format in Bristol for 5 years, losing this one by 2 wickets to the very last ball. They now head to Lord's for the Bob Willis Trophy, while Gloucestershire will play at home again in the last 8 on October the 1st.